Girl, winter is so last season. And now spring's got you looking at pictures of tank tops with hungry eyes. Your algorithm is feeding you cutoffs. You're thirsty for the sun on your shoulders. That perfect hang on the patio sundress. Those sandals you can wear all day and all night. And you've had enough of shopping from your couch. Done hoping it looks anything like the picture when you tear open that envelope? It's time for a little in-person spring treat. It's time for a trip to Ross. Work your magic.
I'm Jessica, and this is Daebak K-Rambles, where a couple of friends review Korean dramas. And I have more than a couple of friends with me today. There's 3 of us on this show tonight. We are talking Weightlifting Fairy, and I have with me Nas and Ori from the Seoul Sistahs Podcast. Hey, ladies. What's up?
Hey, Jess.
What up? I'm so glad you guys are on. I'm so glad you guys made the time to watch the show. I gave you guys a good, juicy show to watch.
Yes. This is a good one.
And this is a family reunion because we love talking K-dramas and we love talking with each other. We're constantly in our DMs on Instagram, and it's a long time coming. It's been a minute. Last time we were together was Alchemy of Souls.
Yes, fun times. I know, I was like, not for real.
Well, I mean...
Not me.
Because,
like, it was fun.
Yeah, long story short, Ori really liked it, and Nas and I did not. So if you want to go back and listen to those episodes, you can. And then I was on your podcast to talk about Alchemy of Souls again. Yes. There's a whole bunch of episodes where we've guested on each other's podcasts. We love each other, if you guys can't already tell. And we'll probably meet each other very soon, like in person finally. Yes. But now that we're here, we're going to do a little bit of a K catch-up because this is something you guys do on your podcast, the Seoul Sistahs Podcast. So let me know, whichever one of you guys wants to go first. What are you watching? What are you listening to? K catch-up.
Oh, I feel like
I know. It feels so familiar.
Yes. I'll go first because I think mine will be short in the Nez, even though I think she's done a little bit better until today. Then it's going to get a little crazy. So I need to finish Bloodhounds. I'm like on episode 5. I think I'm going to finish it next week. Who do you want?
He fine.
Man,
he fine for what?
Man,
for what?
Man.
Yeah. I also told Nez we can't call I don't know what his name is. He was in Hometown Cha Cha Cha.
Isung-gi.
Like we was calling him PD Nim because he's PD Nim in Hometown Cha Cha Cha.
No,
he ain't PD
Nim anymore.
He's not PD Nim anymore. I was like, okay. But yes, I've been recommending that show to a lot of my friends who don't watch K-dramas, and they really love it too. So I'm like, yes, Bloodhound. The day we're recording, King the Land and See You in My 19th Life comes out today, so I'm really looking forward to that. I saw it's on Netflix now, so I will be watching after we're done recording. Yeah.
Very nice.
So, but yeah, I think that's the main things for me. BTS just celebrated their 10-year anniversary.
I can't believe that.
Just really sentimental.
I can't believe that.
Just really sentimental.
It's so crazy.
They old.
Yeah, well, I'm old, so.
Oh. We're all old.
Yeah, we're all old.
Right.
I'm old.
I was looking at Namjoon because he did like a little special thing before the fireworks. Well, yesterday, today, whatever. And I was just looking at his face. I'm like, you're getting older, but you still look good.
They're not babies anymore. They're
men.
men.
Yeah, they're men.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Grown.
Hard to believe.
That's
hard to
for
believe.
me.
And Naz, what you got?
Yeah, for me, I feel like my K catch-up was almost the same, but Bloodhounds.
You stayed up late.
Up late. I was up till 4 a.m. because I was watching Bloodhounds. I wasn't intending on trying to I couldn't stop watching it. And that's why, I literally woke up 20 minutes before this recording started. I was like, but no, episode 7, y'all, Oriel, once you get to that, thank me later. It's episode 7 was, the beginning of episode 7. But no, it's such a good show. I'm enjoying it so much. This is my first Woo Do Hwan experience, and I'm, fully on board. I know. I don't know where I've been. So I need all the recommendations, but I don't know where I've been. But yeah, I want to watch everything he's been in. I don't care if it's good or bad. He's on PSJ's level now for me. Like I
Oh.
I want to watch all his
Wow.
shows. Like the show's really good. I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, wow.
I think I'm on episode
He's so fine.
7. So yeah,
He's just like a
Oh, you didn't finish.
no, I didn't make it.
No,
I had
almost.
1.5 episodes left. Yeah, I didn't make it.
Got you. Well, to be honest, I have not pressed play on Bloodhounds yet because I've been really busy lately, and I was watching Weightlifting Fairy, but I'm excited to press play. I feel like I already have pressed play because I've seen some spoilers. I've seen a bunch. When I say bunch, I'm talking like maybe hundreds of thirst traps on
that's a
TikTok.
lot.
Oh, yeah.
a
My
lot.
favorite ones are, it's with that SZA song from SNL. It's cuffing season and all the girls.
Yes.
I need a big boy. I'm like, yes, I do.
They look
coming
good.
for it. I bet it's a matter of time.
No, literally,
You know.
it's always a matter of time.
Yes.
It's gonna happen. But
Yeah.
So yeah, Bloodhounds.
But Jess, you already said you weren't. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh no,
Go
you're
ahead,
fine.
Nurse.
You're fine. I'm like beyond excited for King the Land. Like I've been waiting for this show since last year. I
Yeah.
can't believe the day has finally arrived. Like I can barely contain my excitement.
King the Land, because Lee Jun-ho is so good
He's so good.
in pretty much everything he does. So now that he's playing like the classic CEO character, everyone's in over their heads. Like no one can handle it.
Yes.
Man, it's talented.
Oh man. Well, thank you for providing just a little snapshot of what you're watching right this second
Yeah.
at the time of recording.
Yes.
We'll have this forever and ever to look back on. But Bloodhounds coming for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. If this is your first time listening, thank you so much for pressing play. Go ahead and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and many more. And if you like us, please give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. That goes such a long way for us. Don't be petty. I don't know who's out here giving 2-star, 1-star reviews. Please just spare every podcaster. Just don't do that.
You don't want that.
Yeah. And come check us out on social media to stay up to date on our latest episodes and reviews. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Daebak Pod. And lastly, if you're a fan, the best way to be a fan is to become a patron. It is such a great way for you to get involved and show your support and get a bunch of extra content. You can check out the page on patreon.com/alwayscriticpod. And shout out to our patrons. Here we go. Curtis, Bale, Cindy, CD, Alana, Grace, Lorna, Lee, and Sammy. Thank you guys. Love you guys so much.
Yay.
Weightlifting Fairy.
I'm so excited.
Okay, let's go. So, yeah, I'll read the My Drama List synopsis. We'll go through this cast and who's behind the scenes, the year that it came out, which is pretty important, I think, to me.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
the My Drama List synopsis reads, Bok-Joo is a weightlifter who is pursuing her dream of winning the gold medal, but then finds romance for the first time in her life. Focusing solely on weightlifting would jeopardize her relationship, but leaving her weightlifting career for love would keep her from attaining her dreams. Can she find a way to have love as well as glory at the age of 20? The characters within this drama are elite athletes in weightlifting, swimming, and rhythmic gymnastics who work hard to reach their goals in life. It covers their coming-of-age stories and relationships through hectic life. Hectic life. This show aired originally from November 2016 to January 2017. It is almost the exact same airing schedule as Goblin. Goblin, I think, started in December 2016 and went to the next year. Same as this one.
Yeah.
2016. I watched Weightlifting Fairy as it was airing in 2016, 2017. And I have to say, 2016 K-dramas.
No games.
Elite.
Best of all time.
Elite K-dramas.
Yes.
Here's my list. W, Two Worlds Apart, which we've covered on the podcast. Moon Lovers, Scarlet Heart Rio. Signal, The K2, Love in the Moonlight, Uncontrollably Fond, Another Miss O, Descendants of the Sun, Cheese in the Trap, which you guys know all about because you guys did a recent episode on it.
That's the one misstep.
Yeah, the
I
one
know.
mistake of the year.
Cheese in the Trap is a mess. So, but when it came out, people were really buzzing about it, and then we were like, "Oh no!" So it's like watching it happen in slow motion. But what else? The Cinderella and the Four Knights, Hwarang with the Wooga Squad
Yes.
that came out that year too. 2016 was a
Yes. Wow.
huge year, and K-drama, and I have the absolute pleasure of remembering being in this atmosphere during 2016 and watching so many of these shows as they were airing, having drama fever back then. That was the thing that I bought. That was my app
back in the day.
Along with Vicky. What did you guys I don't think you guys watched this in 2016. You guys started watching in pandemic.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pandemic K-drama babies.
So you guys can comment on watching this more recently in a second. But yeah, 2016. Do you guys have any thoughts on these 2016 shows? Have you watched most of these?
Have I watched? Well, of course.
Most of them, I think almost all of them. Yeah. I was literally just saying, I think this is part of the reason why it's hard for me to like really grasp the current shows, because this has given me very much like, this is the best, and I've been like, it hasn't really lived up to that year for me. So yeah, I love all of these.
I think it's tough for people, I think now, to get a handle on how good a year is in K-drama. Especially when you're in the thick of it, you have social media, you're group watching with everybody else, and the hype is big. But then when you look back, you're like, oh, that show wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It wasn't that great. Didn't thrill me. I ended up dropping this, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on.
Yep.
And I feel like that's been the case for the past couple of years in K-drama. You can't convince me that these past couple of years in 2023, 2022 have been great K-drama years, because I'm comparing it against previous years where in 2016 felt like a renaissance to me.
Yeah.
It really did. So, Weightlifting Fairy, among the greats. It is 16 episodes long. It had a couple of directors, Oh Hyun-jung and Nam Sung-woo. Nam Sung-woo has also directed My Lovely Liar, coming out later this year. Love in Contract, which came out last year, 2022. You guys are watching that?
Naz's favorite show. JK, she doesn't like it. She did not like it.
Had a rough time with those first two episodes.
I was listening to our episode the other day. I was listening to our episode, and Naz was so upset. I
was so excited for that show.
Sorry about it. He also directed My Roommate is a Gumio from 2021.
That's when our friendship almost ended. JK.
And he directed 100 Days by Prince from 2018, which I feel like is a very good, underrated sageuk drama.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
LOL.
I'm cracking up because literally all three of those shows that you just mentioned, I didn't like any of them.
With Plan B emergency contraception, we're in control of our future. It's backup birth control you take after unprotected sex that helps prevent pregnancy before it starts. It works by temporarily delaying ovulation, and it won't impact your future fertility. Plan B is available in all 50 U.S. states at all major retailers near you, with no ID, prescription, or age requirement needed. Together, we've got this. Follow Plan B on Insta at Plan B One Step to learn more. Use as directed.
Jess, I was surprised you liked 100 Days
Oh, I
My
did.
Prince,
I thought it was really cute. I thought it was really refreshing. And I mean, it's based on the amnesia trope.
Yeah.
If you don't like the amnesia trope, you're not
Baseline is
gonna,
everything.
I guess, deal with it very well. But yeah, I'll say this, like I feel like I've said this a million times, but not everything is for everyone.
Right.
And if you enjoy our takes, if you enjoy our opinions, if you agree with us, then maybe you should watch these shows that we like, right? Take our recommendations.
Yeah.
But if not, feel free to check it out yourself or avoid it. I mean, it's up to you.
Of course.
So this show, Weightlifting Fairy, was written by Kim Soo-jin and Yang Hee-sung. Yang Hee-sung wrote Crash Course in Romance from earlier this year. Yeah. And Familiar Wife and Oh My Ghost.
Wow.
Yes. Very nice. Let's just talk about this cast. I'm just going to talk about the leading actors, right? I think it's just them two really that I want to highlight. And we can go over the other cast members because there's some big ones in here if you look at the cast list. But Nam Joo-Hyuk plays Jun-hyung.
Miss him.
I miss him. He's been in the army or military since March of this year, 2023, and he should be out next year or early 2025, something like that.
Yeah.
I am really excited to talk about him, his character, and I mean, what do you guys think about Nam Joo-hyuk as an actor?
I love him. I think he's so good. And I think that he doesn't necessarily get the attention that he deserves from his acting. Like, I think, for example, his performance in 25-21 I thought was amazing, but like he didn't really get his like shine from it, because of course there were other amazing performances. Same thing with Startup. I think he did such a great job, but he was outshined yet again. So I think he's really good, and I enjoyed the shows that I've seen him in. Like, I always enjoy his character.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Besides The Bride of Habaek, which I know Jess has some thoughts on that.
In case you're listening for the first time and you have no idea how Daebak came to be, I started the Daebak K-Rambles blog because I hated The Bride of Habaek so badly. Then I had no outlet, so I was like, let me just start a blog where I can vent my feelings. And the very first blog review is The Bride of Habaek from 2017. It was a train. I freaking hated that show so badly. And it wasn't necessarily his fault. It was just the writing, the way that it was terribly done. So I agree. I love Nam Joo-Hyuk. I think he's a really great actor. I think he's improved over the years because he started as a model. And you can sort of tell that he's improved. If you see like the breadth of his work in order, you're like, oh, he's getting better.
Absolutely.
And I remember seeing him first in Surplus Princess from 2014, which is also called The Idle Mermaid. And it stars Bora from Tale of the Nine Tails.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the female lead. She's the mermaid in that show. And he plays this really tall, like, weird social outcast of a nerd. And he's not the Nam Joo-Hyuk that you think of today with like all of these wonderful CFs, like commercials and all of these brand deals. And he's on runways and at Celine events, and like all these like luxury brands want him, and he's a top actor. I saw him in Surplus Princess and I was like, oh, okay. So then I to this day have never watched any of the School series. He was in School 2015. Then we all saw him in Cheese in the Trap.
Yes.
That was his next project. And he starred opposite Lee Sung-Kyung in Cheese in the Trap. She played like this crazy,
she was
like a literal crazy person.
Yeah.
So he was in that with her. Then we get Moon Lovers, which we're covering way later on the podcast on this season. I know, I can't wait either. So we get Moon Lovers, so giant ensemble cast, and he does pretty well. Then Bride of Habaek, terrible script. then we get School Nurse Files. It's a pandemic show. And then we get Startup in late 2020. Yeah. Another pandemic show. And I think from Startup on, it's been nothing but good things for Nam Joo-Hyuk. Like the pandemic did really good things for his career, evidently, because he did Startup, which we covered on the podcast. I did it with Curtis from the Infatuation podcast. It was so much fun. Yeah. Thank you. And then we did 25-21. That was me and Miguel talking about the nostalgia, the 90s, him. With really good stuff, really good scripts and shows. And I think the last project that he did before going into the Army is Vigilante, which should be coming out later this year on Disney+. Yes. And this show, Weightlifting Fairy, is hot on the heels of Moon Lovers, which came out earlier in 2016. And I think it blew everybody away. Yeah. I think it really did. I was there and I was like, oh my God. Nobody was immune to Nam Joo-Hyuk in 2016.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish I could have watched it in real time. That sounds like an experience.
It was winter 2016. It was a little chilly out here in Florida, Central Florida, and I was sitting on my couch in my first apartment on my laptop that I don't even have anymore, and I was watching Nam Joo-Hyuk with Lee Sung-Kyung every week, and it was wonderful. It was a blast. Yes. Yeah. So Lee Sung-Kyung, she plays Kim Bok-Joo, title character. What do you guys think of her in a nutshell?
I love her as a person because she's a tall bae like me. I love her, but I haven't had good experience with her works. specifically Shooting Stars. I did not
Did you guys
like
end
that
up dropping
show.
that one? I can't remember.
Yes, yeah, that was dropped very quickly.
Yes. Never went back to it. I do want to see her in Dr. Romantic because I keep seeing people post her and then my other bae Minjae, like their scenes together. But I don't know. I haven't connected with her works yet, even though I did like her in here. But I just think she's just so pretty. She's so gorgeous. But yeah, I haven't connected with her works, though.
Nas, do you feel the same way?
I love her. Like every time, even if her character is incredibly annoying, she does it so well. So like Cheese in the Trap, she was honestly like, she had a lot of stuff going on, but I thought that her performance was really good. And at first I thought like, because that was my first show with her, so I thought like, oh, this is like what she does. But then I saw some of her other shows, like It's Okay, That's Love. She has like a small part in there. Yeah. Or like, but like everything changed for me with Call It Love. That show like is one of the gems of this year. Like it's my favorite show this year so far, and she did a beautiful job in that show. And like that show like solidified like me being like a fan of her because she does an amazing job in that show.
Yeah, I think for me, Lee Sung-Kyung, this is the best thing she's been. Weightlifting Fairy to me is the best thing she's been in, and admittedly, I haven't watched everything that she's been in. I don't like medical dramas, so I haven't watched any of the Dr. Romantic seasons. I think there's 3 at this point. Never watched Shooting Stars because of your opinion of it. I like remember listening to your episode and I was like, oh, yeah, I think I'm going to skip this one. Yeah. Maybe I'll circle back on it at some point. Never watched About Time. Cheese in the Trap, she was a little crazy person. Yeah. It's all right. That's Love. She had a bit part. Yeah. So again, I really haven't watched her in much besides this complete season of Weightlifting Fairy. Yeah. I always consider her on par with Susie. I think her and Susie have a lot of similarities in that they sort of have a bigger modeling career, a bigger like CF career than they do necessarily as actors. And I can't necessarily divorce myself from that thought that she is a professional model in real life. And her persona online isn't this necessarily bubbly, energetic, not unserious person that she has portrayed in some of these dramas, especially Weightlifting Fairy. She is very much an elegant, polished, serious looking model. Yes. That's her persona. And maybe it's because I haven't watched her in variety shows. Maybe it's because I haven't watched her in a ton of interviews. But this is the vibe that I get from Lee Sung-Kyung. And despite that, I think this show works as well as it can with her in it. I have definitely qualms with her portrayal. I have qualms with her casting, period, in this drama, which we can talk about. But on the whole, I feel like this is her best stuff.
Yeah, this was really good work. It's like, I can definitely see it like even 10 years from now being like, this was like her best project for sure.
Yeah. I definitely have to watch Call It Love, though.
It's really good.
I remember you raving about it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
My goal was to make everybody watch it because I was like, I'm just going to keep talking about it every week.
Yeah.
Yes. It's on Hulu.
So tell me, was this your first time watching Weightlifting Fairy, or was this a rewatch for you guys?
It was our first time watching. I think we watched it specifically, for the podcast last year.
Yes. Yes. So
because we knew we needed to watch it.
Okay, so tell me, what were your thoughts? What did you think of Weightlifting Fairy? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What's up?
So for me, I went into it very blind because all I knew was that it was a very popular K-drama and that it was a college romance, possibly friends to lovers, but that's literally it. And I knew that Lee Sung-Kyung and Nam Joo-Hyuk, like, it was also a big thing because they started dating. So it was like, there was so much stuff wrapped up in this show. And like, literally it was love at first episode. Like, I was like, I loved it from the very start. I was like, this is just, it was giving me all the feels. I love college romances. I loved every moment of it. Like, it just made me so happy every time I turned on an episode. I was like, I love this show. Like, I just loved it.
Aww.
So nice.
Yeah, you watched it pretty quickly.
Oh, you did? Did you binge it? Or?
Yeah, I binged it. I remember, like, specifically I was watching it, like, during, like, my birthday week. And I had just gotten my new TV. And so I had, like, the Viki app on there. Because usually I would have to watch Viki shows on my laptop. So it was, like, a big moment. So it was just a great experience overall.
And Ori?
Yes. I'm looking forward to seeing how this podcast will go. So I started I started and stopped this multiple times. I was trying to watch it probably like in our early times when we were like binging through K-dramas, but I just couldn't get past the whole beginning scene where they're on the track and her and Joo-Hyuk meet. I don't know what happened. So last year I had to watch it, quote unquote. We don't have to do anything on our podcast, but we were doing it for the podcast. So I was forced to watch it. And I'm very much a mood watcher. And I don't know. I don't think it was the right time for me to watch it. But also, I don't like a lot of storylines. So for episodes like 1 to like 7 or 8, I was like wanting it to be over. Then when it got to like Bok-Joo and Jun-Young like scenes, like the famous scenes that everybody talks about, I was like, oh, I love them together. Just get rid of all the other unnecessary side plot lines. So yeah, I was like, I liked it, but for most majority of it, when I was talking about everybody else's stories, I didn't really care because I just prefer like focuses on the main leads, which I don't know, maybe I should like slice of life more often, but I don't. But yeah, I just like focuses more on like main lead storylines, and this was very much you get a storyline, you get a storyline, and you get a storyline, which is fine, but just not my preference.
Okay. Yeah, fair. I'll jump in now and just say when I initially watched this in 2016, I was completely enamored by the show. I thought it was brilliant. I was very excited to watch a new episode every week. Loved Nam Joo-Hyuk. Yeah. This was like I was like, oh man, that surplus princess guy. I never heard of him because this guy was so great. I love Nam Joo-Hyuk and their chemistry was really great between him and Lee Sung-Kyung.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And on rewatch, I was like, this show is boring for large swaths of the show. I was like, this is boring. And I have a laundry list of things that I don't care about. And so I tend to agree with Ori, actually, that the bulk of the show is just you're trying to get to the next high of them together, right? Yeah. Because they're so great together. I honestly don't think that, and I don't know if people realize this, like when they watch the show and they think they have a really great time with it, if they're fast forwarding through the same parts that I didn't like just to get to them together, right? I don't think people maybe clock it that they don't like the same things that I don't like, or they don't like the same things that me and Ori don't like. Because on rewatch, it was very evident that I just didn't care, and I was fast forwarding through bits, and I was like, I don't care. And it doesn't matter. Right. In the grand scheme of things, right? Yes, it's a slice of life. Yes, it's a coming of age, but I feel like other shows have done it better where you're more invested in everything that's surrounding this couple, right? For instance, 25-21. I remember watching that and thinking, I really like all of the characters, right? I'm really invested in everybody. It wasn't like I was just watching for this romance, which was a great coming of age romance, right? But that wasn't, I don't think that was the focus of the show either. And they did a better job of the sports aspect. Like there's a lot of things that other shows have done a little better than this show. Do I care about her training and weightlifting? No. I don't care to see Lee Sung-Kyung, who is not, how do I put this lightly? She's a 5'9", stick thin model who maybe weighs 115 pounds. Yeah. Soaking wet. And you're telling me that she's a weightlifter.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely try to add like padding and stuff to like her.
I was like, you're joking.
The hip pouting.
Yeah. And I remember being a little bit offended back in 2016 where I was like, she doesn't look at all like an athlete. There's nothing about her that screams athlete. I don't get this casting. Yeah. On rewatch, I'm straight offended. Ooh. That they had Lee Sung-Kyung trying to be a weightlifter. Weightlifters have totally different body types.
That's true.
You know, it's like they're usually shorter, they're usually stocky or on the heavier side. Like they bulk up, they have all this muscle mass, and they're not this glamorous 5'9" model. And the fact that they tried to pass her off as a weightlifter, And what they did was, I think they like messed with her hair, like they cut it short, a very orange color for some reason.
To try to
like they try to make her ugly, I guess. And they tried to make everyone around her convince you, the audience, that she's fat.
Right.
Yes.
And I'm like, shut up.
Yeah.
Number 1 and number 2, shut up.
Right.
Because there is no way. So things like that were really bothering me this time around. Even if the drama does comment on big things, some social commentary, a lot having to do with what is feminism, what is feminine.
Yes.
And inner beauty and things like that. That's all fine. I don't have a problem with that. The fact is, they're packaging all of this in a professional model.
Yeah, that's valid.
Which feels disingenuous, right?
Yeah.
So that was a huge problem with that I had on rewatch, besides all the storylines, like Nas said. I mean, that Ori said, that I don't care about in the grand scheme of things. Like, it doesn't thrill me. It doesn't pull me in. And you
didn't even complete half of them.
I know, it like doesn't. They drop off like half of these storylines, and it's like they don't even want to deal with it.
They gave up.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of like my frustration on this rewatch. Even if I love those iconic scenes and I love their little dates and I love Joo-Hyuk with Lee Sung-Kyung. Period.
Yeah.
Yes.
So even if it's an all-time couple, the show itself, I feel like could have been shortened. It could have ended at episode 15. I would have been fine. It could have shortened up to 2023 standards and been 12 episodes. I would have been really happy, really thrilled.
Yeah.
But instead, it just kept going. Like, I was like, oh, God, it's the same thing over and over again every day. For these characters, they get up, they eat a bunch of food, they run around, they're yelling at each other for one reason or another. They're trying to get out late from the dorms. And another concept that I didn't quite get on first time watch, but I still don't get on rewatch, is what the hell is a sports college?
Well, yeah, that was confusing, because I was like, are you guys literally all here just for your sports? It didn't seem like they were doing anything academic. It's literally like we're just a bunch of students that are just doing sports here. I don't know.
We come from the States, and in the United States, there is no such thing as a sports college. No. I looked it up. And I was like, sports college, US, like there's not, what you have are these programs and clubs and things where they train in different sports, and you either get paid or you're just, all of your expenses are paid, so that later when you go to the Olympics or you win a bunch of competitions and you essentially get famous from doing this thing, you can make a living. And that's all you do is just, we don't have a government necessarily that's concerned with putting together like national pride teams.
Yeah.
We're so big of a country that it just happens.
Right,
like,
right.
I don't think that, maybe gymnastics has some government money, but again, there's no national team other than for like the Olympics, that they just send like a giant, I don't know how many hundreds of athletes to the Olympics every year. Right. And it's just not the same for other countries and smaller countries. And in Korea, there are these sports colleges. And I'm still confused about the concept of what are they being graded on? Why is it a college? What, is it any way academic? When they graduate at the end of the show, I'm like, what are they graduating from? I don't understand. Do they have a degree in weightlifting? I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, because at first I was like, okay,
it's
maybe
like a glorified summer camp.
Yeah, because at first I was like, okay, like maybe they're just showing us the sports aspect of things, and like, but they're going to class. They're just not showing us them going to class. But then I was like, no, like they're literally just doing sports. Like during the day, they're going to she's going to weightlifting and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, like, I don't know. It was definitely an interesting concept because I'm like, what is the difference between this and like the National Training Center? I guess it's just like a precursor to going to national training. I don't know, because essentially they're just in a training center with other athletes.
Like the national. I understand the National Training Center because I'm sure we have national training centers too. But the college, like I was like, does the college feed into just these training centers?
Right.
But then what's the difference? Is it just because they're too young to get into the training center? I had all of these different, and you know what? The show doesn't bother with that. And it's maybe because it was never intended for an international audience. And the Korean audience was just understand innately
they get it.
What this sports college was. So, but on that note, there are a lot of sports K-dramas. Have you watched some of these dramas? I'm going to name some. And you tell me if you've watched them. Tell me how you feel Weightlifting Fairy stacks up against these other sports K-dramas. And here we go. To the Beautiful You, which is for track and field, is the sport. 25-21, that's fencing. Fight for My Way, MMA. Racket Boys is badminton. Love All Play, which we've covered also on the podcast, is badminton. Hot Stove League, baseball. Run On, I wonder what that one's about, track. Prison Playbook is baseball. And this one I added just because I want to shout it out. 2 Outs in the 9th Inning, which is one of the best friends to lovers stories that I've ever seen. It's an older K-drama, and that's baseball. Obviously, 2 Outs in the 9th Inning. Yeah, it's older. How do you feel like Weightlifting Fairy stacks up? Because when you see these top lists of sports K-dramas, Weightlifting Fairy is always there. And I'm like, I could care less about the sports in Weightlifting Fairy than I do in 25-21 or Love All Play or even Prison Playbook, which is mostly set in the prison system. But I'm like invested in his baseball career. So it's like, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
So for me, I've seen 25-21, I've seen Run On, and like most of these other ones are on my list. But I mean, technically, I mean, like I would love Run On and 25-21 like more than weightlifting, but I still love weightlifting.
I don't know if it's because the sport of weightlifting is not high on my
it's
personal interest list. Yeah, but
it's not the most interesting sport to like watch portrayed. I will say that. But yeah.
Even swimming, I'm like, okay, swimming. Because he's a swimmer, and I'm like, he's in the water. Yeah. Other than the aggressive thirst traps of Nam Joo-Hyuk that were throughout the show, I don't really, I mean, I've seen Michael Phelps. I've seen like a lot of Olympics and other swimming competitions, and I'm like, there's not much to it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. What do you think? What do you think, Ori?
The thing I was thinking while we was going through this list is, do I remember any of these dramas for the sports? Because I definitely don't remember Weightlifting Fairy for the sports, and that's in the name. And another thing, do you count cheerleading as a sport? I was thinking of cheer up as well.
I would count cheerleading as a sport.
Yeah, because even with that, I kind of remember at least the costumes and like not the costumes, but the like their outfits and stuff. Is more memorable. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know, with Weightlifting Fairy and just some of these on here, I don't even remember the sports aspect of it from when I was watching it. But yeah, I don't know.
I think it has to do with just the integration of the sport into the story and their lives and the love story, if there's a love story. And I feel like these shows, a lot of these just do it better. Yeah. Or you're invested more in it, because at no point during Weightlifting Fairy did I think she wasn't going to win a gold medal.
Yeah. You're like, it's guaranteed. Yeah, that's true. Like,
she's going to win. You know, there's no suspense here that is she going to make it? Is she not going to make it?
That's a good point. Because like with 25-21, like that was like a fencing show. Like you're fully invested in like Nahido's career, and you're like, is she gonna make it? Like, who's she going to get next? Like, what's gonna happen? So like, I definitely see like the difference there. Like the stakes are different for sure.
And Fight for My Way with Park Seo-jin, which if you haven't, and I know you're a PSG guy, like
yes, I'm gonna
watch Park Seo-jin and Fight for My Way, because I had the crush that I had on him. It was life changing. So
life changing.
he is shirtless and doing MMA fighting, and he's kind of like a washed up, trying to make it MMA fighter. And again, friends to lovers trope. But his fighting and the way that he is trying to turn his life around and not be such a bum anymore, it's very much a Rocky. Like if you watch the Rocky franchise with Stallone, it's very similar to that, where he's trying to make it, and his girl is kind of hesitant for him to do that because it's a difficult sport. It's very painful. He gets hurt all the time, and she doesn't want that to happen to him. She just, it's painful for her to see him going through something so stressful and dangerous. So I think that the other shows, if you go through them, you're like, oh, I kind of remember the sports being a bigger deal. And in this one, the sports are not really the thing. Like, yes, she's a weightlifting fairy. That's her nickname. Right. But I'm not here for the I'm not here for the weightlifting. You know what I'm saying? Oh God.
No, that's a good point though. That's a good point. The level of investment you have in the sport for this one is probably not as much as like other sports dramas. Yeah, that's a valid point.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've been shitting on the show, but really I like the couple. I think this is an all-time couple, and the fact that they started dating after the news broke that they were dating and stuff. They didn't last very long, but they had met earlier. They were in the same modeling circuits, and they were in Cheese in the Trap. So this was their first time together.
Yeah.
I will say that I think this relationship is really healthy.
Yeah.
And that's a positive for me, a huge positive for the show. I love that he just loves her the way that she is.
Yes.
He doesn't try to change her. It's beautiful. He's a big green flag, I would say, in the show.
Absolutely.
Before I knew what a green flag was in 2016, he was a green flag. And so much of him is like golden retriever type boyfriend, and I love that about them and about him. There was a lot of skinship in the show. They were constantly touching each other and just very giddy around each other, and that's something that you don't necessarily get in every drama. And when you watch it in Weightlifting Fairy, you're almost like you're just smiling to yourself.
Yep.
The whole time.
Yeah. You really are. It's so cute. Like you can't handle it. Like you're like kicking your feet and stuff. It's very cute.
Yes. Oh my God. And then I will say, going back to the sports, I do like the camaraderie as athletes when it comes to them two together, like the actual couple, because that's something that they know about it. They innately just know what the other one is going through. He knows what the sport means to her, and he understands her rigorous training schedule, her need to eat a ton of food for her to rest or whatever. He's very intuitive, and it's also part of just they're both athletes, and that's a positive for me as well about the show. Let's talk really fast about Kim Bok-Joo as a character. I guess Lee Sung-Kyung's portrayal of Kim Bok-Joo, because she's very childlike and innocent for the whole show. That's just her personality. That's how she is. But I hate the little nuances about her character. Like her hair is I don't get it.
Yeah, it's a hot mess.
It's a hot mess. The hair is a problem for me. I hate the way she's constantly walking like a penguin.
She do walk like that, or like she's pregnant or something.
Right.
She's about to give birth.
Problem. And then I don't like, there's a lot of times where she's running around or running track or something, and she's not running like an athlete. She's running like all like this, arms akimbo. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
That's so true. That's so true.
I'm not even an athlete, and I don't run that way. So
it's a comedic effect.
I think it is, but it's so goofy. I didn't like it. And then lastly, and I found this the most frustrating, is that she was just constantly yelling and crying and whining. I found she was such a whiner, just constantly complaining and whining, and in an obnoxious way, not in a very sort of genuine, endearing way that I was like, I'd be like, oh, poor her.
Yeah.
she has an unrequited love with the older brother, whatever. No, it was like, shut up already. Like, I get it. I mean, did you guys feel any type of way about her character?
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about her in Cheese in the Trap too. Like, it's very much always whiny. It's always whiny. And I feel like maybe this is like a good aspect to her acting over there and why they like seek her out. But she's very dramatic, very pouty with her face. Very, like you said, childlike. Which sometimes it is endearing, but sometimes it's like, you're too old for this. Come on.
Yeah.
It's too much. Yeah, so sometimes her dialogue is very like crying through, so it's a little bit too much for me sometimes too. But yeah, some parts where her and Nam Joo-Hyuk, they were really cute together, but some solo parts on her side, I was just like, please stop, girl. And I also didn't like her part of the swag group. Sometimes I was like, girl, you need to tell are these people your friends? Is this too early? Is this a hot take? Sorry.
No. It's not a hot take. And we'll get more into it, I'm sure, because, let's talk about, Nas. Tell me your thoughts on Kim Bok-Joo.
I loved Bok-Joo. I thought she was really like strong and independent. I thought she was really funny. And like with Lee Sung-Kyung, we already talked about how beautiful she is, and she's a model and everything. She's very composed. Yeah. So to see her like in a role where she's like being very unserious and just like very extra, like it's just like, wow. Like you could tell that she doesn't, I don't know, the way that she played the role, she just kind of had no inhibition. She wasn't scared about like, what am I going to look like? Or, you know, like, is this ugly? Do I look crazy? She's just like, I'm just going to, what would Bok-Joo do? So I feel like she just like fully immersed herself in the role. And I enjoyed her. She was quirky and she was weird. And usually a character like that would really get on my nerves. But for some reason in this show, like she didn't annoy me at all. So yeah.
I think she was doing a lot of like, she'd cry. Her dad was in the hospital. Her dad collapsed or whatever. She'd be like, Appa! And she'd do that thing.
Was it
when she was crying?
Wasn't that supposed to be funny?
And I'd be like, can I mute this? Can I mute this?
I took scenes like that as like, this isn't supposed to be like serious. Like, yeah, she's crying, but like, I feel like this is she's trying to be a little bit funny too, because I'm like, no one cries like this. So I kind of just like took things like that with like a little grain of salt.
Well, then also my question is, if she's the only one who's acting a fool, not the only one, because all her friends are acting fools too, but she is really hamming it up and chewing up scenery. Nam Joo-Hyuk is not. He's in a different show. Because when he cries, you're like cut up inside. You're like, oh my God, this is very emotional. I feel his struggle. And then, what's the deal? Why is she so out there and then he's more centered? And
I think that's the beauty of the relationship. Are we talking about the couple now? Or are we still like?
What did you say? You want to talk about them as a couple?
Like, is that what we're going into next, or we still need to talk about Joon-young?
Let's talk about Joon-young, and then we'll talk about the swag crew, and then I'll give you some fun facts. We'll rate the show, and then straight spoilers. Okay. How does that sound? Okay.
All
right.
I'm fighting for this show. I'm here. I'm fighting for this.
But I like it. I mean, I don't. This is so hard to say, because when I give my score, people are gonna be like, "But you were just so hard on the show." But anyway, go ahead, Nas. Floor is yours. Talk to me.
I just wanted to
Nam Joo-Hyuk and the whole relationship.
No, I thought, like, so we've talked about how Bok-Joo, she's kind of a hot mess. She's kind of all over the place. But I feel like because Joon-hyung is like the complete, he's the complete opposite. He's very stable. He's very centered. And he's just so thoughtful and kind and loving. And I feel like it's exactly like what she needed. Someone that was calm and just cool, calm, and collected. Yeah. So I feel like them together, they just balance each other out. They balance each other out really, really well. Like, I feel like he's like kind of calmed her chaos really well. And then, she would like encourage him that he could do anything he dreamt of. So yeah, I just thought them together was just really sweet. And I feel like they balance each other out, because, with him, Bok-Joo wasn't such a, she wasn't like, she definitely mellowed out. So I feel like that was like the beauty of the relationship, because even though she's a lot with him, it seemed to even out. So I thought it was really sweet.
I will agree with you with that they complemented each other very well. And she did mellow out towards the end of the show, especially in the last episode. You can see how much she's sort of matured. And now that they're graduating with God knows what degree.
What degree, right?
I don't know. Yeah. Ori, did you like the relationship? Or did you feel any type of way about Nam Joo-Hyuk, this guy?
I agree with everything Ness said. I think I really love when he actually came to a realization that he liked Bok-Joo. Like, he was all in. He was like, I like this girl.
Yeah.
I'm going to kiss her. But he did have one character flaw with me, and I know other people would be like, oh my gosh, it's just the name. Calm down.
Talk to me.
When he called her fatty, I literally cringed every time.
Yes, okay.
I know, like, people. Jess.
I'm here with you. We're on the same page, Ori. So,
okay.
I have so I'm Hispanic, so I know all about like big people. I have family members who have been overweight all their lives and things like that. I have the pleasure of knowing some people from Venezuelans. And in Venezuela, they have this thing where they say, as a term of endearment, they call people, doesn't matter, child, someone they know, whatever, a friend, whatever. They'll say gorda or gordo. So they'll be like, ay gorda, ay gordo. That's like the Venezuelan, a little bit of a Venezuelan accent.
It sounds nice.
That is means fat, fatty. Gorda for a fat woman, fat girl, or gordo for fat man, fat boy. And it's a term of endearment. They'll call like children, ay gorda, whatever. And listen, if you're skinny, you don't give a crap. If someone's like, oh yeah, fatty, whatever. But if you're remotely over 100 pounds, 120 pounds, you're like, please stop calling me fat. They don't even think about it. But to me, it was reeking of the same nonsense that he was calling her fatty. Not that he believes that she's fat.
Right.
Fat.
It's a term of endearment, right? He's like, oh, my fatty or whatever. But don't call anybody fat, period.
Yes. It's not cute.
It's not cute. And I felt the same way as you, Ori, where I was like, enough already. Don't, if you're listening and you got a girlfriend, you got a boyfriend, don't call them fat. Never call them fatty.
No.
Just don't do that. Whether they're thin, traditionally thin, or overweight, it doesn't matter. So that's
like elementary school, like bullying to me. That's what I was flashing back to. I was like, wow, I don't like this. They too grown.
Yeah. They're too grown for this fatty nonsense. Yeah.
They too grown.
Yeah. So I agree with you. That is a flaw for me too. On second watch, on the rewatch, I was like, he needs to quit with that like early. He called her fatty once, and I was like, get
enough,
out. Like,
enough.
No,
Stop.
Too much. But he kept doing it anyway.
Stop it.
He did do it all throughout the show.
She got a name. Call her name, or call her babe, honey, whatever. Like I don't care.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Don't call her fatty.
It's upset.
It's upsetting. So let's talk about some fun facts really fast. So the screenplay was based or motivated by the real life weightlifter Jang Mi-ran. She's a legendary weightlifter in Korea. She won some gold medals at the 2008 Beijing Summer Olympics. I think just one gold medal. But she is a well-known person in Korea. She had a prolific career. And the writer of the show reportedly spoke to her many times to take into account her real-life experiences when writing the script. All good, except, like I said, the controversy before the show even came out, months before the show came out, in the summer of 2016, people were talking about the casting of Sung-Kyung and being like, what the hell is this? Because
what's going on?
this is supposed to represent a female weightlifter, someone people know and know what she looks like. And she looks nothing like this 5'9" stick thin model that they've casted. And that was saying, people were saying, oh, this show is loosely inspired, not really about the weightlifting part of the show. They don't really care about the weightlifting because look who they've casted.
Right.
And it's all about lookism. And I was like, you know what? They're not wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are not wrong about it. I think even after the fact in 2023, it's very evident that they didn't try to cast somebody who could pass for a weightlifter.
Yeah.
Physically, you know? And it's a blight on the show for me, like for real, it is. In other shows, like, do I believe that, you know, Naido is a fencer? Like, what if she didn't have the look of a fencer, you know? What if Nam Joo-Hyuk didn't look like a swimmer? Nam Joo-Hyuk looks like a swimmer.
Look like a swimmer. Yeah.
He does. Didn't he play a sport in school?
Oh, I don't remember. But he's been around water for forever. I think he also played a swimmer in school 2015. They know what they have. They're like, you got a swimmer's body. Let's cast you as a swimmer. Yeah. They didn't do the same for her. They didn't do the same for Bok-Joo's character.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
So according to the interview that Lee Sung-Kyung did back in the day, she gained 28 pounds, more than she weighs now, to sort of bulk up and play this character. That is a grand total of about 140 pounds for the show, for a 5'9" model.
She's a tall girl, so
she's tall. Yeah, I think that's just normal weight.
Yeah.
140 for a 5'9" person sounds like it's normal. Not that she's gaining an insane. This isn't like superhero Marvel level amount of weight that she's gaining.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say how much I gained if I was her.
Yeah, I'll admit, like, I didn't even think about this when I was watching the show, like how kind of outlandish it is that she was cast as a weightlifter. So yeah, no, this is an excellent point. I didn't even think about that.
And maybe it's just because we're a Western audience. We come from a more accepting culture, and in our movies and television, people do really crazy transformations to look closer to whatever their character is. Yeah. And for many years, that staple has been these MCU movies, the Marvel movies, the superhero movies, where you see what they look like before. Look at Chris Pratt.
Yeah, the transformation. Yeah,
if you know, and he's just playing a made up superhero who is not even like Thor level strong.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not a god.
Yeah, right.
He's just a regular. I mean, he was if you look at the canon, but whatever. You know what I mean? Then you look at Lee Sung-Kyung, who in 2016 gained 30 pounds somewhere on her body and looks genuinely like she did nothing.
Yeah.
So it's frustrating. It's frustrating for me. And I don't even play any sports. I don't know why I'm so frustrated, but I am. So what's also sad about the show is that it didn't really do well in Korea at the time. It received kind of low mid ratings during its time slot, but it really resonated with the young demographic, and it did really well online when it was exported and people saw it overseas like me. And it just gained a cult following, and now people just consider Weightlifting Fairy to be a really great all-time show. And that wasn't necessarily the case at the time. People were kind of just middling about it.
Right. They were like, it's fine. Yeah.
So, all that being said, what would you rate the show out of 5 soju bottles?
For me, I give it 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it.
Cute.
I thought the romance was just the sweetest. I just love the college romance. Like, I love the vibes of college in general. And yeah, it was like really inspiring in a way as well, just kind of like going after your dreams. So yeah, I really enjoyed watching it. Like, I was just like, this is just a really fun, cute show. So yeah, 4 out of 5.
Nice. Ori?
Okay, so I gave it a 3. I was toggling between that and 2.5, I'm not gonna lie. But I think it deserves a 3 because I would recommend the show, and I do think that people who like multiple plot lines and stuff like that would really enjoy it. And I do think the love story is very, very good, and the chemistry is very, very good with them too. I can see why they started dating, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would recommend it. Is it like the best show for me? No. But I think 2.5 was a little disrespectful from me. So I was like, okay, 3 is good. I feel comfortable there.
Okay. I'm going to land in between you guys. I'm going to say a 3.5, mostly for nostalgia and for the chemistry and for Nam Joo-Hyuk and Lee Sung-Kyung together. I like the way it's shot as well. It's got that 2016,
Oh yeah.
a little bit more budget. Like
Yes.
all of those shows, there's a
Yes.
marked improvement between some of the earlier stuff from like 2015 and before.
Yeah.
And then 2016 hits
Yes.
and you get like the goblin look. You get the
Yeah.
weightlifting fairy, the way it
yeah.
looks.
There was a
marked.
shift. There was definitely a shift.
There was a shift. I'm telling you, it was a freaking renaissance.
Yeah.
And it looks good. OST was solid. Not my fave, not the worst,
Oh,
but it
yeah.
was good. And I like the Swig crew
Yes. Loved
in
that.
general.
Oh, yeah.
In general, we'll talk about them and some other things in the spoiler section. But 3.5, I feel, is fair, especially with the nostalgia and stuff that the show holds for me. I think it's solid. I would recommend it to people, even if
Yeah.
it's not. I don't think people are watching this and going, I don't think I care about whatever's happening right now on
Yeah.
screen. I can't wait for Nam Joo-Hyuk to get back on my screen. I can't wait for Lee Sung-Kyung to come back on my screen. I don't think they think of it that way.
Yeah.
I just think they think, the fireworks scene and he holds her hand.
Yeah.
Oh, they're running around campus
yeah.
together and, you know,
Yeah,
kissing
the
and hugging
moments.
and whatever. Yeah, they're thinking of these moments versus sitting there for 16 hours and watching the show. It can be said for a lot of shows, but for this one, I feel like heavy-handed.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, no, that
So,
makes
yeah.
a good point.
Yep.
We're gonna get started on spoilers, and if you care to be spoiled, if you don't care to be spoiled, then keep listening. And if you haven't watched Weightlifting Fairy, we're gonna go deep right now, right after this.
Excuse me, 뭐라고?
아이, 괜찮아.
You know, I have no signal. Oh, sorry.
Swear, disgusting shit.
All right, we're going to talk spoilers for Weightlifting Fairy right now. And I do want to start off with episode 1 because we get our Swag crew right away. And one of the first things that is said to Nam Joo-Hyuk from this group, because they run into him on campus, like they knock him off his bike, like there's something. I don't even know. And the pigtailed BFF, I think her name is Nani.
Yes, Nanhee. I love her.
She asked him, "Do you like Messi?" In episode 1, like in the first 5 minutes or something of the show. And we get this whole thing of this pickup line, which has become part of the K-drama
Yes.
zeitgeist.
Yep.
What do you think of "Do You Like Messi"? Did it hold anything for you, any importance for you guys at all? Or was it just kind of like, oh, is
I'm
this
not
for
gonna
this guy?
lie, I had no idea what it was about. I don't watch soccer, so I was confused. I was like, what does that mean? So it did introduce it to me. So I was like, oh, that's what it is. I didn't know who Messi was. I don't know. But yeah. Now I do.
Okay, fair enough. I don't follow soccer either, but Messi is a name that I am familiar with. But again, if someone asked me, "Do you like Messi?" I'd be like, no. Because I don't care about Messi. Right?
I'm not a soccer fan.
What is the equivalent of trying to get a guy's attention by using some sort of pop culture sports thing that every guy would just bite that bait?
Right.
I do know one. Do you know BTS?
But that's like your interest. That's not necessarily the whole point of
That's
the pickup
true.
line was I'm throwing something out there that he will like
That
and
you
will
know.
want me to appreciate with
Yeah.
him, and we can start a conversation.
True.
Maybe MCU. I've already mentioned MCU, but like if you ask any guy on the street, like, hey, did you like that latest MCU movie? I feel like they'd be like, oh no, because whatever, and they go into like a whole explanation of what the latest movie.
Why?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. MCU and basketball.
Yeah, MCU and basketball.
Yeah,
those are the
basketball.
two things here that would probably catch their attention, and they'd switch gears and suddenly start talking to you like you care for real about.
I don't know what you're talking
about. I mean, if you like basketball and you like the MCU, that's fine. But I think that would be our "Do you like Messi?"
Yeah, that'll probably be the best equivalent
here. I like when she thinks he's a pervert. I like because Nam Joo-Hyuk, it was like wrong place, right time.
Yeah, so much chaos.
There's a pervert on the loose who's stealing their clothes, their underwear out of the laundry room in the dorm. And they see the guy, he's wearing a hoodie, and she gives chase. Yeah. And meanwhile, he is trying to break out of the dorm after hours, after the what is it? The curfew. Yeah. To just go to the PC bang, to go to the PC cafe.
Yes.
And he's there with a hoodie. She mistakes him for the escaping pervert. And for like an episode or two, she thinks he's a pervert.
Yes. She was like,
she beats him up.
She beats him up. It's
oh my god.
But he recognizes who she is like really quickly between like in episode 1.
Yeah.
So he's like, why does she like keep calling me a pervert? I know who you are. We know each other.
The end of episode 1 is really iconic because she falls into maybe 3 feet of water.
Yes. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm drowning. And he's like,
and
relax.
She's like, like choking on water. And relax. Bok-Joo, please just stand up. And I feel him when he like goes like this. He like just, I can't believe that I have to save this girl jumping at the pool. She can't swim. And he just like lifts her up.
Yes.
He's standing.
Yeah. So, he's standing with no problem.
He like moves. Yeah. And he's carrying her, and then he realizes that they've met as children. Yes. It's the met as children trope, and that's when he calls.
So cute.
Yeah, yeah. I like he says, "How long are you going to be in my arms?"
Because they just stare at each other for like.
Because they're just staring at each other.
So cute.
And then he fell. What was it? Then when they met as children, he fell out a window.
Yes.
And she caught him.
She caught him.
Ori's shaking her head.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I guess.
Mm-hmm. And they both just like laughed with each other. It was really, it was so weird, but it was so cute too.
But he immediately, what I like about Nam Joo-Hyuk's performance, how he does it is, as soon as he recognizes her, he gets foolishly happy every time he sees her. He's like, oh my God,
he's so
fatty.
Excited. Yeah, exactly.
Like, he is so excited to see her. We've already dumped on the fatty in the pre-spoilers, but like, honestly, he is thrilled to run into her every time on campus.
Cute, because like every time and you could see the personality show. Because before he's like, oh my gosh, this girl is so annoying. She's like harassing me on campus. I can't stand her. And then the minute he recognized her, he's like, oh my gosh, you're my friend. Like, I'm so excited. Like, he's just like over the moon, and it was just like the cutest thing ever.
Right. He's smiling ear to ear. He's so freaking excited to see her, and I really like that about him after the pool encounter, and he recognizes where she's from. I wish that the show had taken a chance. This is 2023 talking. 2023 Jess is saying, I wish they had never met as children, because I don't like that trope. I think it's overused. So if they had just done it differently versus she saved his life from falling out a 3-story window as a child. And again, this makes no sense for her to catch him, and they would have died, both of them, I feel, or been seriously injured. How was he a swimmer after falling out a window? How was she a weightlifter after catching this kid? It's like, okay, suspension of disbelief, but
oh my gosh,
fine. I don't like how there's like a MacGuffin earlier, which is the special handkerchief that he got from his mother.
Oh, yeah. And she's like, I'm not giving it back to you. And she's just like, give me my handkerchief back. That was like a whole thing, too.
Yeah, and then he got mad that she washed it.
Washed
the smell of his mother from 20 years ago off of it. And it's frustrating because they never use that handkerchief again until like the very last episode or so when he gives it back to his mom. So it's like could have done without it. I love this is one of my favorite cameos ever. The episode 2
Lee Jung-suk.
Lee Jung-suk
Yes, it was so good, and it was so funny too.
I love.
He was hamming it up.
I died because when they showed him, they also started playing the W theme song. I was rolling on the ground because, again, this is 2016. People are fresh off of watching W 2 Worlds Apart. So they know the theme song. They know where they last saw him, and they're like, oh my God, it's Lee Jung-suk. And he is playing a version of his character from W, because they said, she goes, this is the pride of Hanyul University, the national representative in shooting. This is Oppa Jung-suk. So Jung-suk is his real name, right? Like that's the actor's name.
Yeah.
But representative in shooting, that's his character from W, is that he was like this ace in shooting. And I'm like, oh my God. And then of course the uncle, Kang Ki-young, is her uncle. That's the actor's name. That guy was also in W. So when Jung-suk, so when Jung-suk turns around and recognizes him, that's what that is.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah. The line that he says was so funny because he was like, weren't you that patient that was next to the main character in that weekend drama? And then the uncle was freaking
W.
The uncle was like, yes, it was me. And he was so proud of himself. But
because he was trying to be an actor. He's like a D-list actor trying to make it.
I had to rewatch W because I did not put that together. I have to rewatch it.
And then, what does he say? Then Kang Ki-young turns around and says, you also look like a character from a comic.
Wow. Yeah. See, these are things that went over my head because I haven't seen W yet.
Oh,
that's
my
so
God.
clever. It's so clever.
Yes, it's very clever. It's one of my favorite, in all of K-drama, that is one of my favorite cameos.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it, though. It's so clever. It's so funny.
Wow.
Yeah. It is really funny. And then he's just like, they give him this giant bag of popcorn for some reason. It's the size of Jung-suk himself. I remember
that. It was such a big bag of popcorn.
Like the scene continues and I'm like, why are they giving him popcorn?
They don't know.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But anyway, episode 2, she meets the older brother. And this informs the next 10 or so episodes.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a classic umbrella scene. He shields her from the rain because she's walking in the rain with this vanity that her dad like dumpster dived and he evidently stole it from somebody's yard because they were not putting it out as trash. They actually wanted the vanity. So she's returning it. And the brother is super sweet to her. And he calls her, people would look down on me if I let a woman carry this heavy thing. And she's like, woman?
A woman? No one's called me a woman.
Oh, God. And she is super touched by his tenderness and the chivalry. And this car drives past them on the sidewalk and splashes water on them. And he blocks her from the splash of water. Yeah. He takes the hit.
Yep.
And later,
same thing.
Very famous scene.
Iconic.
Lee Jung-suk, not Lee Jung-suk, Nam Do-hyuk does the opposite. Where they're standing on a sidewalk, a car drives by and splashes water on them, and he goes, watch out, and like uses her as a shield. And she gets soaked.
Oh my gosh. And it was so funny because he was like, I don't know what I would have done if you weren't here. like, what is wrong with you?
Poor baby.
What a punk. What a punk. So I don't know if you have any, guy friends in your life, but honestly, nobody would do that in my friends group.
No,
never.
They would just move.
I get yelled at for standing on the wrong side of the street.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's like kind of like, oh my God, he's terrible. Oh,
so funny.
For him to, and then he points her toward it as it's going past. He
literally,
like moves her a little bit.
And I'm just like, why would you do this?
To get the full hit. I was taken aback by the weight loss program that the Hyung runs, because he's a weight loss doctor, evidently. It was a 591 sign up. And I was like, if a weight loss program is $590 and I'm a poor college student, what would possess me to sign up?
To do that.
True love, apparently.
Oh my God.
Love, apparently, you do crazy things.
It was believable to him, I guess. I don't know.
So yeah, and I don't know what treatments they were doing. He's like, let's do treatment, and he had machines in there.
Yeah, I wondered what
were the machines doing?
Yeah, like what is we doing? Like, are you doing like cool sculpting? Like, what exactly is happening in these treatments? Like, I don't get it.
He's like, you gained some weight, let's do some treatment, and I'm like, baby, what are you doing?
Like, what treatments are you doing?
I like the bar fight.
Yes.
In what is that, episode 3 or something? Because I mean, this is the big concept that I was touching on earlier, was this concept of femininity, and what does it mean to be a girl, to be feminine? And the guys at the bar, who they had every right to be mad at them because the friend was knocking her ponytail, like whipping them with her hair. When she was drunk. And they were saying, they made it personal, and they started insulting them, saying they weren't even girls, they don't even look like girls. And just setting aside the whole 2023 of it all and the whole binary cisgender thing of it all, in a baseline way, this is really hard hitting for straight women, because we come in all shapes and sizes, colors, everything. And for them to be disparaged because of their looks is really disheartening and hitting below the belt, right?
Absolutely.
They're not traditionally feminine. They're unfashionable. They've made a point of being unfashionable in the show. That we already talked about, her orange hair. Yes. They're constantly in athleisure, which I love athleisure. I'm an athleisure person, but they're constantly in athleisure. It's kind of well documented at this point that Korea has a culture of always looking your best. People are pretty vain in Korea in general, and they're not subscribing to that. They're just walking around in their Letterman jackets and their hair is like not everywhere. Not down and feminine and whatever, and they're fat, quote unquote, or muscular, which again, that's not the standard in Korea. You're supposed to be extremely thin, and it's not the ideal. What did you guys think about this concept? And again, setting aside the fact that I personally don't think that Lee Sung-Kyung was the right vehicle for this, how did you guys feel about this concept in the show? And I think the bar fight maybe did the most heavy lifting, no pun intended, for this theme.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this was definitely like I guess they did it in a comedic way, but kind of just seeing like how these girls were, how they were looked at in society, and how it's just kind of like it kind of brought home the ideas like, like most guys don't even look at you, like most guys aren't attracted to me, so I'm just gonna kind of walk around as I am. And like I remember the moment when Nan, it was like during the fight. It was like during the bar fight, and Nan stood at the table, and she was just like, "I may be fat, but I'm still a woman," So it's just kind of like not wanting to be seen as a woman and wanting to be seen as beautiful and feminine, but just because I do this sport, or like I'm overweight, I'm not seen that way, and like that frustration. And I feel like that scene showed that they did it in a comedic way, but I think they were bringing home like a really important idea.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So for the next 10 or so episodes, and maybe like 6 up to double digits, I would say, up to episode 10 or 11, Bok-Joo is madly in love with the older brother.
Yeah.
I completely forgot that she was in love with him for the bulk of the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he has no idea for some reason.
Right. I was a little bit so again, I went into the show like mostly blind, so I was just kind of like, I didn't realize that most of the show was gonna be her like pining for this doctor. Like I was like, wait, I thought that she was gonna be with Nam Joo-Hyuk for most of the show. Like she was literally in love with the brother for the majority of the show, and I was like, I did not see that plot point coming. Like I had no idea about that plot point at all. Like,
and the whole drama of her signing up for the weight loss clinic when she's trying to go up a weight class and train and stuff, it doesn't make sense for a weightlifter to go to a weight loss clinic. And that whole thing, this is why I'm saying, I was like, when does it get good? Because this is the majority of the show, is her with this secret. Nam Joo-Hyuk finds out that she has a crushing on his older brother, and he's trying to get them together, and then he's sort of like catching feelings, but she has no idea, and she's painfully awkward, and I don't care. I not that I don't care, it went on for too long.
Yeah, it did go on for a long time.
It went on for so long. And I mean, he's doing things like taking her to the beach just to cheer her up.
Yeah, he's doing everything.
So that she can let go of this one-sided love for the Hyung. And the whole pity party that she has when the Hyung goes to see her at the competition. And she feels ugly. She just said that, I don't like it. I don't think I would like it if my significant other or boyfriend or whoever came to see me at the competition, because I looked terrible. I look really ugly. My veins are popping out, like you said, Ori. And she just felt really inferior and ugly when competing. And that's not something she would want to show to anybody else. Now, Hyung goes in all good faith with flowers and everything. And he's very amazed by her performance. But she has an entire pity party.
Yeah.
For like an episode or two.
Yeah.
I hated that. You know, if she's been competing all her life, this is all that she's known. All of her friends are weightlifters. I can understand that she has like a complex about it, but the fact that she was really so cut up about it, and Nam Joo-Hyuk has to kind of shake her and be like, it's fine, you know. It's a one-sided crush anyway, and you know, he's stupid. Like my brother he's thick-headed. He has no concept of maybe she wouldn't, like he's not thinking about others. He's just so good that he'll just do the right thing in his head, and he was like, I'll just go visit my patient. And what'd you guys think of that?
She was, now that she was like, you were talking, I was remembering, she was upset for like 2 or 3 episodes. And I was like, girl, come on. What is going on?
Get over it.
So I was like, when are you going to get over it, girl? I didn't know she was that like hung up on it. Like literally she was going missing. Her friends were like, where are you? And Nam Joo-Hyuk character is like, where is Bok-Joo? And she's just like slumping around town. I don't know. Y'all already know my thoughts, but I did not like. It was too much.
It was like her 10,000th. It was like the 10,000th pity party that she had in the show. So I wasn't. I was just like, she cried wolf too many times. I was like, baby, no, I don't. Get over it. I don't know. Maybe you had. You were a little more sympathetic, maybe, Nas.
Yeah.
So.
I will say I didn't understand why she was upset at first, because I was like, what's happening? But then I was like, okay, like let me try to like understand where she's coming from. She doesn't have any romantic experience. This is kind of like her first like crush, and she's like super embarrassed. And like I can understand that, because like I get really embarrassed. Like I don't understand, but like I didn't understand her reaction and her running away and her crying and being depressed over it. But I could understand the complex emotion of like really liking somebody and he sees you in that way, especially because like, you know, at that time she wasn't the most secure. So I think that it kind of triggered a lot of different things. So it may not have that might have been like the catalyst for like all the other feelings that she was feeling. I think like him being there was just the start of like things that she already had like going on that were like inside of her. But I understand. I do get like I think the reaction was a bit odd. Like I remember thinking like I'm not really understanding this reaction. But then later on I was like, okay, like I can see how she could kind of be a little bit embarrassed and overwhelmed by the whole thing. But I definitely get the confusion because I was a bit confused too.
Oh God, I want to touch on really fast here the roommate, her roommate,
oh gosh,
which is the ex-girlfriend of Nam Joo-Hyuk's character. Or you're already shaking your head. You're already like, what?
She was supposed to be like another lead or something, so they was interweaving her story with everybody else's, but it was throwing me off. I don't know.
Because she is acting like a lunatic in the front half of this show. Because she comes in, like the roommate's the one that spills the beans about the obesity clinic that she's been going to, and it's out of this like delusional jealousy that she has.
Yeah.
Because she's still trying to win back Nam Joo-Hyuk, and it's like a half-hearted, like, grasping at straws thing, and Nam Joo-Hyuk's like, it's over, we're done, like, not giving her the time of day. And then in episode 8, all hell has broken loose because of the obesity clinic thing. All her coaches, her parents, like, everyone's trying to ask her why. She's not saying why because it's embarrassing to say. I had a crush on the doctor, and I think her name is Shio. So Shio comes into the room and she catches her on the phone with Nam Joo-Hyuk.
Yep.
And she hangs up her call. Mm-hmm. Like she like throws her phone on the bed and hangs up the call with homeboy and proceeds to confess to the whole thing. That she's the one who ratted her out and told her coaches about the obesity clinic that she was going to. And like with full on crazy eyes and everything, she does this. And Kim Bok-Joo's like, what the hell? And stands up and like leaves the room. Yeah. Before she leaves the room, she says, you're freaking two-faced. Verbatim. Yeah. She says, you are two-faced. Yeah. No wonder he broke up with you because you're crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, tell it like it is. Just tell it like it is, Bok-Joo. Because it made no sense for them to focus on her so much. And it felt so contrived in the plot. To have the ex-girlfriend be this crazy ex-girlfriend, right? Who was like doing all these things and sabotaging Bok-Joo. And like, for what? Because later on they were fine. They were cool. No issues whatsoever. Right. They got over it just fine. I don't think I would let that go. Personally, if my roommate did something so malicious to me and confessed to it, like con cara dura, like hard face, she came in and told me this thing, I would be like, bitch, we're not friends. We're never friends.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was.
I think not.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. I think me and Ori are on the same page. Maybe Nas is a little bit more soft on it, but
no, no. She annoyed me a lot, like in the beginning, and I was just kind of like, let it go. Like, you know, Jun-Hyung does not like you. He doesn't want you. And like she was really bold and brazen. Like the shoving match they got into in the room, I was like, Bok-Joo is a weightlifter. Like, why aren't you afraid of being knocked out? Like, I don't like. Literally, I was just like, do you really want to get into a fight with a weightlifter? Like, it was just so odd to me. But I do like how later on they did become friends. She kind of became like older sister to her. So I thought that was a cute little redemption arc. But she was so annoying. Like, I was like, this girl just needs to go. She needs to go. Like, you literally broke up with the guy for no reason. He's not gonna take you back. Like, it's over.
1-800 you thought. Right. No.
What?
No. This plays into the laundry list of things that I don't care about this show that they spend quite a bit of time on. So, the roommate Shiho, first of all, her whole story and her parents are poor. They're getting a divorce. She's really complicated about it. Her sister come to see her. It's your fault. We don't got money to pay for your rhythmic gymnastics. Plays into, I don't care at all about rhythmic gymnastics. As much as I love watching gymnastics in general, I do not give a crap about the rhythmic gymnastics team. All the girls that are there and being really rude and nasty to the Swag crew. Yeah. I don't care about the weightlifting training. Anytime Bok-Joo was at the gym, I was like, I can skip this. Nothing's gonna happen here. Nothing is gonna affect the plot here. This is a waste of time. They're just training. They're just lifting weights. They're just telling her to straighten her back. They're just telling her to push through it. She's got chalk on her hand. Like, it literally repeating the same thing over and over. I don't care about weightlifting training. I don't care about the coaches, the weightlifting coaches or their struggles with the budget and the food, and we can't feed them, and we don't the dean doesn't care about the weightlifting program, and we got to take care of the kid. The one-sided romance with the female coach.
Yeah.
And that whole relationship with her and Bok-Joo. I'm like, skip. The list goes on. So let me see. Oh, the Shio thing. Back to her really fast. The roommate. She was sleepwalking. She had anorexia. She had bulimia. They kept giving her problems. And I'm like, they kept giving her problems. And I'm like, it doesn't make it easier to watch her on screen.
Yeah, I forgot about her. That story of the sleepwalking.
And then she was eating in her sleep. I was like, this is a mess. And then I don't care anything about, on Nam Joo-Hyuk's side, I don't care about they had like this bully guy who was bothering them and pestering them. He was an older, there's Sunbae, and he had it out for Nam Joo-Hyuk's character and was just bothering him. I don't care about that bully dude. And lastly, I don't care about Bok-Joo's dad or her uncle or anything having to do with the chicken shop. So,
Jess, can I throw in one more?
Yes,
one
please
more
do.
To add into all of that. I did not like the leader of the weightlifting crew and his baby mama drama. What was going on with that?
Well, that.
How do I forget?
Yeah,
how can I forget about that?
That didn't need to be in the show, especially because he was gone for most of the show, and then they were like, they brought it back around at the end, and you're just like, I thought that you were gone. Like how? Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, that was a weird storyline. That was a weird.
Good for him supporting his family, but I said maybe another show.
Yeah, and he got in a fight with a taxi driver because a taxi driver was berating his wife with the baby and was being a jerk to his wife, so he punched the guy out, and then somehow he had to pay the taxi driver. I was like, I don't care. Maybe it makes me a bad person, but I have seen so many shows that do side characters well, that do an ensemble cast well, that I care about these other characters, and I just don't. Every time they came on screen, I was like, oh, good. I can skip ahead 10, 20, 30, 5 minutes. It's just a waste of time. And that's why I say, if this was made today, I'll be so happy if this was a 12-episode show. Or if they just ended at episode 15, which we'll get to in a minute. But, like, thank God that we're on the same page, Ori, because I feel like I would be the devil if it was just me and Nas was like, oh, I liked all this. I didn't mind all this. Because Nas is looking at me like I'm a crazy person. Just politely like, oh.
I honestly, I agree with like everything you've said. Like these storylines didn't need to be in the show. I didn't hate them, but like they definitely didn't need to be in the show. And they weren't very well executed. I just kind of like, it is what it is. I will say like the coach with the uncle thing really bothered me, because my thing is like, if they're going to end up together, there's no point in doing this. Like he ended up dating some crazy lady at the end, and then she ends up with the coach that she was in love with the whole time, that was like kind of married or separated or something like that. But I was just kind of like, if they weren't going to end up together, then what was the point of spending all that time on it? But then I also thought another weird storyline was the Sunbae that was bullying Joo-Hyuk and Taekwon, his best friend, ends up like having a crush on Shiho, and they went on a date, and I was just kind of, and then he was just gone, and I'm like, but like he was so horrible for most of the show, and then all of a sudden he's a sweet guy that
didn't make any
wants
sense
to date Shiho, and he hadn't been around for a while, so even when he came back to go on the date with her, I was just kind of like, what? Like why is this here? Like I don't get it.
Who are you?
Oh my God, who are you? And I had to remember, like, oh, that's the Sunbae from like earlier on the show.
My God.
So it was just
absolutely right.
It was it was odd. And then also like, what's her name? Ayong, the girl that was in love with Joo-Hyun's brother, the other doctor.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just
half-baked.
Bizarre.
Half-baked.
Because I don't know. We talked about how Jae was just like clueless. He just doesn't know what's going on. Like, so
yeah, that romance was raw in the middle.
Yeah,
it was not cooked all the way through.
So Ayong's just like, how do you not know I love you? And he was like, I had no idea. And then he comes back around. He's like, well, I guess I love you too. And it's like, But why? Like, it was just like...
Okay, so let's talk about those.
doesn't
Let's
know.
talk real quick about those two things. So you first mentioned the uncle, Bok-Joo's uncle.
Yeah.
So he falls in love. He ends up that whole debacle with the coach, the female coach that he falls in love with. He's trying to make it happen. She's like, I don't like you. Get it through your head. Ridiculous. But then there's like a delivery driver that comes through and thinks he's cute and starts flirting. It's like, can I have a soda? And he gives her a soda. She's from SNL Korea, and she's done other K-dramas as well, which I really like. I think my favorite one from her is Splash Splash Love, which is only 2 episodes.
I've heard
You
about that
definitely
one.
watch it. It is so good. I love that show with her in it. She's precious, and she's a really comedic actress. They kind of bring her in. She's like a pinch hitter. And she cameos in this as this like crazy girlfriend that pops up for the uncle. Her name is Kim So-gi. So for that, I was like, I wasn't hating it, but I was like, all right, at least this is, standing up all the way versus like stumbling throughout the plot.
Right.
And then for the older brother, his Hyung, the doctor, this is like in the final episode. He goes to see her, the doctor lady, in her hometown or her home county or wherever it is. And at dinner, she suddenly realizes that she moved away to get over him.
Right.
And now she's strung out again. So she's like, gets up and leaves. And I was like, babe, I feel that.
Yeah.
Like she notices this thing is turning into a habit again.
Right.
And how she was living a prior 10 years just waiting in the wings for him to see her. And she was like, this is a problem. So she just gets up and leaves. And he goes outside and tells her that he missed her. And he hugs her. And she's like, what does this mean? What is this? What are you talking about? Clarify. And he goes, by chance, do you like messy? And I gotta be honest,
Callback.
it was a callback, and I did get emotional when he said that, and maybe it had to do with the score that they were playing, because it was a little bit sad, a little bit of a sad song that they were playing over it, not a very triumphant, happy, giddy, young sounding musical accompaniment for that scene. And I was like, oh, this is really cute. And of course, they're engaged to be married in the final scene or something. What's annoying is that it took him 10 years and her leaving for him to realize maybe I do have a crush on her. And I never believed that he actually did love her.
Yeah, if they didn't
Like,
do
does
a good
he
job
really like?
convincing us
Why
of
does he
that.
like her?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think he knows.
He doesn't know why he just misses her.
Yeah.
He has no friends.
Yeah.
She was his only friend.
Yeah.
That's why.
Wait, can we talk about the random cameo of, what is her name? So-hyun from Girls' Generation? As cameos as his ex-girlfriend at that like class reunion dinner.
Yes!
And I'm like, we don't need to be throwing wrenches in this already very weak, like this weak romance between these two. It was just so random.
It was like that whole plot line was a baby giraffe trying to get up after just being born, and then they were like, let's put it on ice skates, and then they throw in this scene with Seohyun.
Yes.
And it's stupid. It's ridiculous. So that didn't work either. Oh my god. Well, okay, so let's go back to the romance really fast between Kim Bok-Joo and Jun-Hyung, because she gets mad at him for any number of reasons, for telling him, the brother, that she has a crush on him. She's like, what's the business of yours? And it's stupid. She gets really annoying up until he realizes that he likes her.
Yes.
And then the show realizes what it is.
What it is. Yep.
And then it gets really good between just their story gets it takes over the whole thing.
Absolutely.
And oh man, it's when I think his roommate says like, "Are you dating? Have you been dating?" And he goes, "I think I have been dating by myself." Because all of these experiences that they've had together are basically dating scenarios.
Absolutely.
And he's been placing a lot of emphasis on it. And so I think that was a nice thing for him to realize it and get excited over it. And then he confesses to her at her part-time job in the warehouse, which I think has been spoofed a few times. The whole, like, with the, what is it? Like the cart thing
yeah,
that has a
dolly.
bunch of stuff in it, and they're on the either side of it, and he kisses her and he tells her like, oh, just try me out, 1 month trial.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's really cute. You're shaking your head, Ori?
So cute.
Okay, it's cute.
No. I was
So
I
cute.
agree. It's cute.
There's a Jisoo cameo
Yes.
in the warehouse. And that's because
Aren't they friends in real life?
they're friends in real life, and Jisoo has
They're friends.
since sort
I
of
think
been
so.
canceled because of a bullying scandal, which we talked about more all the way back on our Strong Woman Do Bong Soon episode, because he's a second male lead in that. But this cameo comes hot on the heels of Moon Lovers.
Oh,
And they played brothers in
yeah.
Moon Lovers.
wait. So who wasn't in
Yeah.
Moon Lovers?
Exactly. Who?
Everybody.
Yeah, so in Moon
Everybody.
Lovers, that aired from August to November of 2016. And Weightlifting Fairy started in November and ended in January 17. So
Busy.
people knew that this was a huge deal when they were watching Weightlifting Fairy for Jisoo to be in there and to play this like side guy who was really chummy with Bok-Joo, and she called him Oppa, and he was like, Oppa, like reeling over her, calling him Oppa. I think we should go back and maybe talk about her existential crisis from weightlifting really fast.
Yeah.
What did you guys feel about this? Because I felt like on this second watch, this really worked.
I think they did a really good job with it. Because I feel like with anything, especially with like sports and how high stakes they are, like you can get burnt out. You can wonder like, why am I still doing this? Do I still like this? I'm not happy with this right now. So I think it was really good that she like took that break and kind of rediscovered her love for the sport and why she does it in the first place. So I thought it was like a really nice break, like change of pace. And I think they represented that really, really well in the show.
Yeah. That was like the heart of it. I wish they would have like, I don't know, emphasized that more. Maybe got rid of some other plot lines and like focused on that, because I definitely was emphasizing with her on that journey.
Yeah, that was a really juicy part of her character growth, and I really not enjoyed because this is a really sad part, but I appreciated this scene between her and her dad where he's like, I heard you quit, and she says, I just don't like weightlifting anymore.
Yeah.
It's not fun anymore. And she's crying and crying. And from that moment, her tears were not annoying to me. And I was really buying in. And I felt like it was a strong moment for her and her dad, because her dad was a weightlifter and he was the one who's been really pushing her and guiding her to be better, to be the best, to pursue weightlifting. And for her to come and say to him that she doesn't like it anymore. She wants to take a break. She's tired, and it's no fun for her anymore. That's a huge moment.
It is a huge moment.
I like later when she's back out of her slump and she kind of gets through it. Doon-hyung says, "You're not yourself without weightlifting." And I thought that was really nice of him to say, because he understands that it's part of her identity. And in a way that it's not necessarily for her Swag crew.
Right.
Because they talk about them and what they do after. I think the short-haired friend, it goes into a pro team, pro weightlifting.
Yes.
And then our pigtailed Nanhee it becomes a nail tech. Yeah. Like, that's what I read. I was like, oh my God, all those years of weightlifting and you become a nail tech.
Right.
Cool. But yeah, I really like this crisis that she gets through and works through, and Doon-hyung being really supportive of her throughout the whole thing. Yeah, like goes back to the healthy relationship thing, is that they have their immature moments, absolutely, but they support each other. They learn about each other, and they teach each other things. Like when he's trying to figure out why she's mad, and it's because she's jealous of him and the ex-girlfriend. And when they make up finally, he tells her again, like, just tell me why you're mad. Communicate. I need it obvious, because I can't read your mind. I can't figure it out. I'm just tell me outright, like, what's wrong, and I'll fix it.
Yeah.
So that was, again, really healthy sort of growth between them. They sort of grow into each other, which is really nice. Throughout the show, he's so hyper aware of her.
Yes. So
really
thoughtful.
observant, thoughtful, intuitive. I love when he gets her medicine when she's sick, or when he's, again, very supportive of her and her decisions. Whatever she wants to do is okay. Not that it's okay with him, but that he won't stop her from doing anything.
Right.
And that scene where she's protesting.
Yes, I was really just about to mention that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, great scene where he just brings her a scarf and a big
Where you get a pink coat from?
Pink coat, which we never saw that coat again. Maybe he borrowed it. I don't know. I don't know. And he puts some heating packs on the bottom of her feet so that her feet can warm up. And he just says, like, take care of yourself. And she does. She keeps on going.
And they were, like, fighting at the time. Like, they weren't, like, on good terms.
Yeah, that was
so
exactly
so cute.
It's very good. Like, he's such a good dude.
It's a good man.
Yes. He is.
Did you guys like the Lil Jon whats that happened throughout the show? That sound that they kept making? No, you didn't, Ori?
Why did he license that out? I don't understand why he was like, okay, yeah, y'all can use it at random times.
What?
And then it just kept going. Like, yeah, you would think it would be done, and then it would randomly pop up. And I was like,
dang it.
Let's not do that.
Let's not. Let's not. Amusement park date gone wrong because the friends come. I've actually had this happen to me. This is dumb. But it's so realistic where she just like doesn't want to be alone with him yet. And so she invites these friends, her friends, the Swag crew, and then his roommate comes. And I love how he looks at his roommate like, why are you here, bro? Like, what possessed you? So it's great. And I have this funny story about my dad that I want to share really quick. Because the character Joo-Hyuk is afraid of heights. But he goes on all these roller coasters with her because she wants to go on the roller coasters. She likes roller coasters and these rides. So I thought at first, I was like, this is kind of dumb because if you're deathly afraid of heights, why would you? Yes, you would. 100% you would do this. My dad not recently, a few years ago, was like, when I was dating your mom, we would go on these roller coasters and we'd go to these different places and Disney and stuff. And I'd get on all the rides with her because I didn't want her to ride alone or with some other dude.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
And I'm like, that is so funny because he doesn't like roller coasters.
Wow.
And we live in Orlando, so we're not that we constantly go there now, but back in the day, we would constantly go to theme parks. And we did a daddy-daughter weekend a few years ago. And it was just me, my sister, and my dad, and we went to SeaWorld. SeaWorld it had a new ride called, I think, Mako. If you don't know, Mako, the Mako shark, is the fastest shark ever.
Oh, goodness.
And so the ride went really fast. And it was a big, giant coaster, brand new. And we take him in the SeaWorld and we go straight, we make a beeline right for that ride because we were like, this is a brand new ride, there's probably gonna be a long line later, let's ride this now. So he's like, okay, we get in the line, there is no line, it's wonderful, we're talking it up, we're so excited, we get on the ride and it's just us three in one row. And it's me and my sister, we're stoked. We're like, oh, aren't you so excited? And we're like hyping it up and we turn to him, silent, just silence. And he was the whole ride through. We're screaming. We're having so much fun. We're laughing. We've got tears in our eyes. The ride ends. We didn't hear a peep from my dad.
Oh my gosh.
We turned to him and we go, did you like it? And he said, I was praying the whole time. I thought I was going to die. You guys are trying to kill me. And we were like, what? We thought you liked roller coasters. And he was like, no, I do not like roller coasters. And he didn't ride any other thing that day. It was just shows and food. But we had a great time. But I'll never forget that moment of looking over at him. He just looked terrified. And that's the thing. That's what this is, right? This amusement park thing where he's just doing it so that he doesn't like miss out on these moments with her. But I can see them in a few years, him just being like, you go by yourself. He's like, I'm staying behind.
Yeah, I paid my dues. I've won you over. I'm done. Go have fun.
Yeah.
Yes. I literally have that same story with my mom, though, too. It's a ride at King's Dominion that goes forward and backwards called the Rebel Wheel. I don't know if it's still there. It's a wooden coaster. And my mom used to go on with me when I was younger. And then we went on the backwards one. And she was like, I'm never doing that again. So every time I bring it up, I'd be like, Mom, you want to get a roller coaster with me? She's like, I told you that last time that I'm not doing it again. So let's stop making our parents get on these roller coasters, you guys. We only have 2 parents. Let's stop doing it.
I feel so bad. But I mean, now it's a funny story, right? Is, you know, we made him go in this really fast ride, and it was new, and we had never been on it. We couldn't tell him what it was like, and
that was so sweet of him to do it anyways. That's really sweet of him. Like, for you to not make a sound during a roller coaster, that means you're like terrified. Like,
he's terrified.
Because like when you scream, it's like kind of like a reflex, right? So like the fact that he didn't make a sound, like, oh, the poor guy.
Pure fear.
Yeah.
Pure fear.
He's like, I was praying the whole time.
That's true love. That's true love. Yeah,
so it really is true love.
So we get him. He found this bucket list of things that she wanted to do with her boyfriend in her wallet because she dropped it a couple episodes ago.
Yes.
And he starts doing them with her. He's like, oh, I like when he says this because he's trying to figure out what to get her as a snack. Yeah. And he goes, oh, good timing. He says good timing in English. And he gets 2 churros and 1 soda.
Yes.
And they share the soda.
Yes.
Iconic.
Iconic
so
moment. Iconic moment.
And then that leads into the fireworks scene. One moment, it's 3 p.m. She gets a call from her friends. They're starting the fireworks. The next second, it's nighttime. It's
night.
Yeah.
The fireworks, I don't know why they decided to do that.
No continuity.
Yeah, the continuity was funky. And he shakes her up again at this part because he takes her hand and puts it in his pocket. I guess inner pocket. Yeah. It was a little bit weird because I thought it was going to be an outer pocket, but he sticks it in his inside.
Yeah.
And I was like, that could be read a little wrong. But she's shook. And he keeps saying like, oh, is your heart fluttering? Is your heart fluttering? And she's like, won't say yes or no. And then I think the last thing that he does is he puts her, what is it? He sticks his hand in her pocket.
Yeah.
That was the last thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he is so dreamy.
So dreamy. Like, so swoony. He was
The
just the
swooniest
best.
man, the eye contact.
Yes. It's just everything was just so intentional.
Yes.
He just did it so well.
My
like,
gosh.
it's just perfection.
Yeah. It's really, bar none, one of the best things about Nam Ji-hyuk are these longing gazes.
Yes, the gazes. He does that so
that
well.
he gives to her. And in other shows, he does it as well. Like 25-21, it's the same sort of deal.
Yes.
The loving glances and things like that. Oh my God.
He does it
Made
so
my heart
well.
pound.
Yes.
Jeez. So she finally confesses to him.
Yeah.
At the end of episode 12.
Yeah.
And she says, I won't return you. I think I'll keep you.
Yes. It's like so wholesome.
It's so good.
Wholesome.
Yeah. And then she kisses, I think he gives her a peck.
Yeah.
And then she kisses him twice. She grabs his face.
Yes.
And kisses him. Yeah. It's so cute. And to kind of pluck up the courage, right? Because she like steals herself and then kisses him.
Yeah.
And he's so excited.
so
like his
happy.
eyes get big.
Yes.
He pulls her in and plants a big kiss on her.
That's poor baby.
Yeah. I love how he teases her that he's like, you love it. You love the skin. You love touching me. You love the skin chip. You love kissing. Don't pretend you don't love it. And she's like, shut up.
They were just so adorable. So cute.
Yeah. The nose zip part, because she gets a pimple on her nose. I thought that whole thing was really funny.
Oh,
It was.
yes.
That was hilarious.
That was a funny
I loved that storyline.
gag.
That
Yeah.
was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's
And
when he
then-
got
He
like
was
stuck
so
in the room
concerned,
and,
like, something really
he was like hiding in the
happened.
closet. Yeah, he was like climbing through the window like with medicine. Like, are you okay? Like, what's going
But
on?
the beat that happens when he catches sight of her and she has this giant red nose and he's just like, it's like, no. He's shocked, but then he's in the middle climbing in the window. And so he just has to finish up, and he's like, well, now that I've seen it, don't try and hide it now. And had I known, it would,
Exactly.
you know. But he was fine with it. He was still into her, obviously. And then we get the group date, which she catches him on. Funny, iconic.
That was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness. She's
So
like, you're
good.
going to die today.
Lastly, let's talk about his mother coming back into the picture and this whole thing where she gives him shoes that don't fit. She doesn't know his size. And what's interesting is that I think they were green Chucks or something, Chuck Taylors. And the shoe that he matched, he was wearing a sweater that was the same color.
Yeah.
And so he matched with the shoes. And I thought that it was definitely an analogy for his relationship with his mom, because they both look the same. They both fit together. But he's outgrown her.
Yeah.
And as much as he still wants to put her on and keep her, it's just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Right? It's,
Yeah.
you know, it's not going to work. And the shoes and his mom burn him because she just came to Korea to collect.
Oh my gosh. This drove me crazy.
This drove me nuts because this was mean. And then they tried to reconcile this relationship. And I didn't think this worked necessarily. Because, I mean, what? Yeah, talk to me, Ori. You're like, no.
Yeah, I think that was like uncalled for, but then even like the next steps with Nam Ji-hook like fussing his parents out and stuff, especially during the whole show, we were making waves like he was getting therapy, and it was like, oh my gosh. So his whole like rebellious streak after his mom came back and he goes off on his parents who's been there for him that whole time, I was just like, I guess they needed like a moment for him to have I don't know, an emotional moment, but I don't think it was called for at the time, because I was like, yes, my man's getting therapy, like he's talking about his feelings, like, yes, good for him.
The whole
And then it
false
was, like,
starts thing.
railing on his parents. Yeah.
Yeah, he said some really mean things. Did it work for you, Nas, the mom coming back?
Yeah, so the mom, first of all, I was just like appalled at how you could just, the only reason why you came back is because the new family that you have and this new child that you have in the US is sick. Like that's, and you came to ask for money from the people that are raising your child. So I was just kind of like, wow, you have a lot of gall to do something like that.
Shameless.
Yeah, because for you, like, that's literally the only reason why you're contacting your son is because you need money from, you know, now his new parents.
And that's what he said too. Nam
yeah.
Ji-hook's Jun-hyung was like, she's so shameless. How could she do this?
Yeah, it's really embarrassing. I do. So I think like, especially when it comes to therapy and stuff, first of all, I love the positive representation of therapy in the show, and I think they did a really good job with that. But I think it's different, you know, you can process things, but like it's different when you are confronted with it again. So I didn't fault him for having the outburst that he did have, because he hasn't seen his mom in 10, 15 years. So like, I don't think that it was strange for him to kind of blow up and kind of misdirect his anger.
Right.
But but it was, there were definitely very like painful scenes to watch, but I wasn't necessarily like, oh, like, he should, I mean, of course he shouldn't be going off with his parents and stuff, but I think like he's finally confronted with this woman that he hasn't seen in so long. He was neglected by. So I think he was like, and he was going to have an emotional outburst. But I did like how it kind of showed the realistic side of like dealing with something traumatic like that. And I do like the fact that they did reconcile at the end, and they have an understanding. Like, I think the understanding is this, like, I have my parents now, and I love them, and they raised me, and like I've chosen to forgive you and release you, and like that's that. But like our relationship isn't, you know, it's not going to be the same. So yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm just bitter, because I'm of two minds of it, because the mom coming back was sort of telegraphed the whole time. He had mommy issues. He was going through therapy, had the false starts thing that he was going through in his competitions. So it was definitely bugging him internally, and he was just putting on a brave face. The mom comes back. I really like the reunion scene of him crying, and he's sort of like nervously rubbing the back of his neck, and he just looks so strained. And it's super emotional, and I thought he nailed it. I thought he nailed that scene. They nailed the tone and everything. But as far as reconciling fully with the mom, I don't think that worked for me. And that's why I say maybe I'm bitter, because I feel like you can't negate the fact that she ignored you for a decade,
right,
and only came back to not borrow a small amount of money. She came to borrow like 20 grand from these people who have been financially supporting her own blood child,
right,
for all his life.
Right.
So it was very shameless of her, and he was totally right in that assessment and calling his mom shameless and being extremely embarrassed too about her doing that. So the reconciliation didn't work for me, and I don't like how Bok-Joo was also a big driver of that, where she was like, well, look at it from your mom's perspective. And I was like, no.
Yeah, no.
That's not what I think she should have said.
Yeah.
I think that she was definitely on his side, but I don't think she should have gotten in that at all.
Yeah.
I don't think it was her place to get in that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like if you took, like, I think it took it more like, I don't know if Joo-Hyuk and his mom are necessarily going to like be talking on the phone every week and stuff, but I think I took it more as like, I'm like not gonna hold on to this like pain anymore. Like you're gonna go back home, and I'm releasing this, and I'm not gonna hang on to it anymore. He kind of like got his like closure, but yeah, like did they need to? Yeah. I saw more of like a closure thing rather than like we're gonna be like mother and son, and we're gonna be, you know. I didn't really see it like that, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair. I have a question about her, the mom. So she came from Canada to collect 20 grand for her sick daughter to get surgery. The thing is, Canada has socialized healthcare, and they're really proud of it.
Yeah.
Right. They're, so everybody gets whatever. It shouldn't cost $20K for the kid to have a surgery.
Right.
Now, if the kid needed an urgent surgery and the mom doesn't want to wait to get the surgery done in Canada, or wants a specialist, some top doctor that was from the States or elsewhere, then she would have to pay for the surgery more out of pocket. And then the $20K comes into play, where she doesn't have $20K to pay for the surgery. But even then, people don't have money to pay for a lot of surgeries, and they still get surgery. They still get top-notch healthcare. It's just a matter of, now they're in debt or whatever to help pay for these healthcare bills that come later. So again, a lot of questions there that I was like, did they not know that Canada has socialized healthcare or what? So I thought that was a little bit dumb. Like, if you're gonna have her be from Canada or been living in Canada all these years, then at least look up Canadian healthcare.
Yeah, it's like the little
thing of it. Yeah.
Details that. Yeah.
She gets accepted into the national team or something, and she leaves the school, and they do a long distance relationship, and whatever. The show ends with them graduating, and they're still together. And he says, if I get on the national team,
if he gets
gold medal, if he wins a gold medal, we'll get married.
Yes.
And she's like, well, then you better start training. Yes. And he's like, I don't want to run right now. And yeah, so that's how it ends, with them doing the basic voiceover that says, we had these times, we didn't know how short that they were going to last, and we learned so much, and we love each other, and we're moving forward, and the whole thing that usually they have in dramas and coming of age dramas especially. So we've come to the end. And that's it. That's it.
Such a cute ending. It was adorable, and I love how you could see like the growth in Bok-Joo, like at that last scene, because like we kind of talked about in the beginning. She really
seems more
mellowed
like
out.
Sung-Kyung at the end.
Yeah, more grounded, more leveled out, and just like more established in herself. And it was just so cute. Like they were like rolling around in the field, and it was just like, it was so cute. I was like, she got her gold medal. He's on the national team. Like they're both, they achieved their dreams, and it was just the cutest thing.
Yeah. I think I liked.
And one thing we didn't.
Go ahead. Go right ahead.
Sorry, Jess. I was just gonna say one thing we didn't talk about is the accessory of the barrette, but we don't have to bring it up. That was another part.
Can we talk about that?
What are we doing?
The barrette.
What are we doing?
The red barrette, and then she gets another. He buys her another one.
He gets from Joo-Hyuk. Yep.
But he yanked the red one out of her head. And I mean, there's a lot of moments where he does something and he's like, sorry. Have you ever done, like, that's a sibling relationship.
It is.
Also. It was like, okay, I'm sorry, don't tell mom.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. I was like, please take this red thing out of your hair. This is not what's happening
It's
here.
ugly.
It's not cute at all. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. She says some things like, you made me become addicted to you without me realizing.
Oh.
Which she says just before she goes into the national team and leaves the school.
Heart.
It's cute. It's cute. Like, they have really cute moments
Really cute
throughout. And I think
moments.
that's what people keep.
Yes.
When they finish the show, that's what they keep.
Yes.
You know?
And remember when she, like, came back from getting her gold medal and then he met her at the airport with the weightlifting fairy Kim Bok-Joo?
Yes.
Can't handle it.
Cute. It's cute. It makes you feel good. And I'm not immune to this. I love that too. That was my favorite part of the show.
Yeah.
And that's why I gave it 3.5. But there was a lot of nonsense that nobody cares about.
And I think I agree with you, like, you guys, what you're saying about, like, how I feel like when people think about Weightlifting Fairy and how much they love it, it is because of all these, like, iconic moments we've talked about. The amusement park and, like, the splashing of the, you know, the water from the street and, like, the, you know, Weightlifting Fairy Kim Bok-Joo at the airport and their final scenes. Like, you think about, like, all the swoony moments and you forget about, like, all the other things that happened in the show. Because, like, going into the show, I did not know that the show had this many storylines happening. But, yeah, I think you guys are definitely right about that.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad that we got together to do this, another family reunion on a really great drama that I think a lot of people are going to press play and be a little bit surprised that we said so much stuff about it.
Oh,
but, yeah, it's cute.
That's okay.
I think it's okay. It's okay. People will understand. So I think that's it. I'm gonna let you guys go. We gotta watch more dramas.
Yeah,
and we'll get together again really soon.
Really soon.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jess, for having us.
Thank you for coming on and having me kind of talk about Weightlifting Fairy and the 2016 and all the rest. It was a lot of fun. And where can we find you guys online in case people don't listen to Seoul Sistahs Podcast?
Everywhere at Seoul Sistahs Pod on social media, and we're on all the Spotify and Apples at Seoul Sistahs Podcast. So yes, give us a listen.
Yes,
Surprise
please
is
do.
Coming soon.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get out of here. That's been our show. I'm Jessica, and this has been the Daebak K-Rambles Podcast.